$30 million a month going into the Bitcoin space by Dr. Wright. Just finished up a major space right now with an announcement I wanted to break here where, I had an investigative journalist on there called Kate, and she is under the handle KateMosso.com. And she was working at Fox News and other places doing regular media journalism for many years, and then she decided to break out of it, realizing it was the fake news was the road to nowhere. And she says, "I'm out of here." Starts doing crypto reporting, and on the crypto reporting, she's like running on this path. Only just 2 months now, 2 months into it, and 2 months into it, she gets hired on by Cardano. Cardano says they want to bring her into the space and start checking things out and pay her to go to an event and do reporting for her, and nobody could answer the question for her about decentralization. What is decentralized? Why is this decentralized? What is decentralization? Nobody would answer questions. They just kept dodging her, avoiding her, and she just went to another event, met Kurt at a Florida event, a blockchain event, and she wanted to meet a subject matter expert at the Cardano event. No, they said there wasn't any. The next event, somebody said, "Well, meet one. Here's Kurt Wuckert Jr." And Kurt actually answered her questions. This is only within the last 2 months, and this is only a week ago that she met Kurt. And then from there, she met Kurt, and he introduced her to Craig, Dr. Craig Wright, who at least recommended she look into him. And she then had a call with Craig, and that's KateMosso.com, Mosso. And so she met Craig, and Craig tells her that he's spending $30 million a month, and says he doesn't care if he goes bankrupt over this. He's never going to stop fighting for the original vision of Bitcoin, and he's spending a lot on cloud storage. I know everyone said that Craig has no money. I have no proof of this other than this is the first time. And she said specifically on the call that let's do this off the record. Off the record, okay, Craig? And Craig's like, oh, he didn't care. So she said it was okay to be on the record. This is all in the space. And that's the breaking news. Now, from her word, from hearsay, that's Craig to her to me. So two away. That's the news. Did she mean to hear that somebody's spending $30 million a month, or actually he himself is spending the $30 million? That's what I don't know. We know that somebody's spending a lot of money. News is it sounds like might be him. If so, it all lines up. Satoshi era coin selling, BTC transactions flowing, the graffiti on the blockchain. Where's he getting all this money from? Come on, this is all playing out. The other call to action on the space that she had was like, hey, go out there and investigate and do a documentary on things so we can get the word out there, raise the awareness about the crypto scam. It's funny how she talked on the space how crypto was a scam, and she only just figured this out in the last 2 months. Took me many years to figure that out, that crypto was a scam. I think it was, I could say 5 years, 6 years before I first got into crypto, before I realized it was a scam. I didn't go to events. I didn't meet anybody in person. I had my local little community of people that I knew in person, but that was like not influencers. I never met influencers until I went to Dubai. And that's where I started realizing that everything was a scam, and I really met people in person. That's what it took for me. So the other thing on the space was we really started it out as a space about the hard fork potentially incoming on BTC. Now, Luke Dash Jr. and the core guys were at a conference in Dallas, Texas with Brett Banafy, and Brett, they made the announcement that, hey, how many people are mining Bitcoin Core? And only one guy raised his hand. How many people are mining knots? Half the room raised their hand and said they're mining knots. So that's basically a hard fork incoming on BTC in the next 3 months. So that was like one thing we talked about. And also the fee raise increase on BSV, the original chain, 100 times more going up in fees, 100 sats. And this is a big contention. There's some debate back and forth on it. We had a little bit of back and forth where Babbage came on and talked a little bit about his perspective. And then I had Crumbs, Vincent coming on. He talked about another perspective. John Calhoun and Casey, Kurt Wuckert Jr. came on towards the third hour. But regarding the actual fee increase, the perspective was if it raises 100 sats, okay, well, that's still 0.00002 of a cent, as opposed to 0.0000002 of a cent. So a fraction of a cent still. And it's also, it was Tau that was making the increase, not a universal increase. It was just one company that used to be a public company called Tau. Tau was a Canadianly public company, and they're a business. They got to make money for their shareholders, and they're going to raise their price. They're saying we're only going to mine blocks that are mine transactions that are doing 100 sats or more. Otherwise, you're not getting mined. So that leaves open for other miners, specialized miners, to do smaller transactions. You know, it still means transactions are still going to get done. It just may take longer, potentially, if you're paying less. So that's my perspective that Kurt kind of chimed in on as well. So bottom line, though, yeah, I never got a chance to hear from people like BSV 369 BSV Scott or Rui De Silva. I invited some people up, but it was last minute on the space. They came on later on, but they never got a chance. They never requested to speak. So I did an open forum, and we really did it became an amazing talk about journalism and really the Satoshi story, going back into Kleiman, going back into Copa, with this new investigative journalist, Kate Mosso, she's in Denver, Colorado, very open-minded to look into the space. And, you know, hats off to her because, you get as a journalist, and she was giving her perspectives, that if you're working in the mainstream, you cannot investigate court cases if they've already been ruled on by the judge. You cannot really, you're going to get sued. If you look into that and say, oh, this judge was wrong on this court case, you could get the network could get sued. But as an independent, hey, free speech. I'm going to look into what I want to look into. I'm going to say what I want. I'm not going to defame somebody, but I'm not going to, intentionally say some false information. That's liable potentially. But I mean, investigate court cases, and if I have first-hand knowledge of Copa, which I do, I can say what I want to say. And then if I get sued, good. I'm not. I even said on the space, I welcome it. I'll do a cross complaint so fast. Just make sure if you're suing me, you got money, because I'm going to be cross complaining your ass in a heartbeat. And I'll be doing discovery and propounding documents and RFAs and special interrogatories, motions to compel. Motion for terminating sanctions, motion for summary judgment, whatever I got to do to win. Yeah, I can do all that all myself. I don't need no help. I don't need no advice. Oh man, I shouldn't say that. Anyways, that's the latest and greatest on the space today. We had a lot of fun, and kind of going through all the backstory on things with the journalists, and so I'll post a. Let's see. Yeah, I might be able to have a preview to the space up on this on the end here. It looks like I could probably upload it by the time I'm gonna do this video. I won't have it all published out, but I can do a preview. So I'll post a link to the space. It's long, and I'll post it at the end of this video. You can watch it. And a little preview here coming out on a video on my birthday today, Friday. It is my birthday. Gavin Mehl coming at you, and I appreciate all the kind wishes for the birthday greetings I had from people on the space. Casey, Kurt, Brett Banafy. I had Mitch from Metawatt Binary on the space. Great to hear from him. A lot of kind wishes from people like Tom, my good friend Thomas Jenkins, gave me wishes on my birthday. I had people from the London conference, as well as Mark, Sam. Where's Elle? I didn't get any wishes from Elle. Yeah, I did have Jacqueline. Great show with her from yesterday. She's giving me kind birthday wishes, and now I'm mature enough to actually celebrate these things and be proud about it. So funny, I feel as though I'm probably about 27. I've been saying that for a long time. I haven't changed. My body is the same. It's actually better than when I was 27. At 27, I was ripped and thin, but I wasn't as muscular as I am now. So I feel like I'm in better shape. I was in really good shape though at that time. But yeah, I feel like I'm in better shape, better than 27. I feel like 27. So I don't think that'll change for a while. But I'm definitely not. That being said, I'll hit a preview to the space. Check it out if you're interested in it. Thanks for the kind wishes. More to come. I got a massive amount of footage and content coming out. It's backed up right now of stuff that I've got to produce. I got files and files of footage to shoot on my camera. So from the London conference and other things, but I'm just going to keep putting out as I can, as fast as I can, while I, make things happen. Hit the ones, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the notification bells, okay? Please. Thank you very much, everybody. See you at the top. Happy birthday.